With everything that was written over the years on the topic of change and how to face change in the world, you would think that we should all be experts on the matter by now. But unfortunately, at least for most of us, that's not the case. And it's not the case because for most of us, change is unpredictable. It's anxiety producing. It's disorienting and it's threatening. And this is certainly true when we try to contemplate what will the day after quarantine would look like, right? When we're kind of getting back into the world, what this day would look like for us. This particular thought process or train of thought agitate many of us, and it brings a great degree of uncertainty and fear to the surface, into our experience, feelings and emotions we don't like. And if you're like most of us, the default protocol to dealing with emotions that we don't like is to avoid them, to resist them. Only that in this case, what we're doing, we're essentially resisting change, which is futile. We know that because change is inevitable. Resisting change is like fighting windmills, right? There's no point and end to it. But while it may be true, we can prevent change from taking effect in our lives, it's also certainly true that we can change the way we respond to change, right, to these periods of time. And I want to share with you 3 working strategies that certainly supported me during difficult times. I share them often with clients. Hopefully, they'll support you as well. They're simple, they're practical. The first one is all about registering unrealistic expectations. Registering my desire for things to return to their previous positions, if you will, to the familiar normal, to register that expectation as unrealistic. The problem with unrealistic expectations is that they breed suffering. So as soon as I can begin to register a certain thought process as unrealistic, and I can begin to let it go, I can begin to breathe a little easier. Helpful. The second strategy is really about changing perception, right? Changing the perception of this moment from a period of isolation and threat to a period, or perhaps life-improving period, where I can begin to utilize or make use of these retreat conditions to improve certain aspects in my life. And then I can get really curious about the many different ways my life can actually improve. It is fun. Let your mind go and don't hold back. You might find that you're feeling better when you contemplate the new option. It's not about denying everything that isn't working. It's really more about opening up to new possibilities, right? What might be possible for me the day after the quarantine end. And last but not least, my personal favorite strategy is really whenever I feel the weight of the world on my shoulder, to stop, zoom out, and to take a look at the bigger picture of my life. To remind myself that literally every past period of change in my life, every situation, circumstances, event, which back then and there I deemed or labeled as difficult, as painful, even negative, literally each and every one of them has proven over time to be a growth opportunities in disguise. And for me, whenever I do that, whenever I remember that this is so, I can begin to work with the alchemy of life, meaning I can begin to transform the lead in my life, right? The weight of this moment, the difficulty, the struggle, the pain. I can begin to transform the lead in my life into gold. And I carry these gold nuggets with me for the rest of my life. So I'm grateful for them. They were not pleasant to collect, but they were certainly valuable. They still are valuable, and we can all do that. So this is highly recommended. If you need help transforming your lead into gold, if you need a little bit of support on doing that, send me a private message, send me an email, depends on where this video is posting, and we can set up a time for us to talk, no strings attached. This can be done. And I would even argue that it's the most meaningful action that we can take at this moment in time in our lives, when we're all at home in quarantine. I look forward to speaking with you and supporting you if I can. Take care, and thank you for watching.